So, herzlich willkommen, meine Damen und Herren, besonders meine Freundin aus den 70er Jahren. So, today, before I start, I'd also like to thank two people. First, I'd like to thank Frau Friedel, who taught me always to open doors and never to close them. And then I would like to thank Herr Preuss, Ari Preuss, who sent me scampering all over the world and is perhaps the person solely responsible for my being adventurous with language, I think. So today, first of all, I should say I'm Bim Schaffler. I'm a graduate of 74. I'm director of the International Student Program here at Sandy Spring Friends School. And today I want to talk about how a certain mistake changed my whole approach to foreign language learning and acquisition. I should say acquisition and learning. So, jetzt fangen wir an, bitte. So, my German experience started in Frankfurt when I found that after 4 years in 3 different colleges of studying German, I couldn't order 2 Wurst. And this was extremely frustrating, you can imagine. And I was a straight A student. So then on I went to Vienna to do my semester abroad, and the art was wonderful, the music was better, and the food was terrific, but my language still plagued me. I couldn't speak German with Austrians very well. In fact, every day I walked past the Pestsäule, the monument to the Black Plague, and I found that this was the perfect metaphor for my language learning. The heaven of classroom on top and the hell of language in the street on the bottom. And this was until I made a small mistake, the same mistake that would distinguish Wien from Wein. Just one little minimal pair is what we call them in English. But mine was in the context of a pool game that I was playing with some friends from Germany. And I sought to say I can't shoot straight, but I said, ich kann nicht geradeaus scheißen, which has much more to do with a toilet than a pool table. It was hilarious. Everybody regaled in laughter, but ironically, it was the great linguistic laxative for my spoken German. And after that, my constipated classroom language left me, and I adopted a more natural approach, contextualizing language and guessing at meaning and speaking much more freely. And this has led me to think about language teaching in the United States, which we can see in 1910. Classes were relatively well subscribed, but almost half of us were learning a dead language. So what's with that? We move forward to the 1990s, and things have improved a bit, but actually fewer high school students are learning a foreign language. And the classroom is more or less the same as the 1910 classroom. It's a teacher-centered language learning situation. Look at the languages we're learning. We are pivoting to Asia. Huh? Let me see. 1% Arabic, and Hindi, Urdu. These are our competition. We don't speak enough world languages. If we look at the foreign languages that we speak, 18% of us say we speak a second language, but 20% of us grew up in a household with a second language. What's with that? I don't know. I'm not a statistician. I can't figure it out. But it doesn't look good from a linguistic point of view. Recent trends have been even worse in foreign language teaching in the United States. We are cutting funding. We are cutting programs. And colleges are dropping it as a requirement. It's ridiculous. In Europe, there's a completely different picture. From the 1970s forward, Europe and the Council of Europe committed to a program of communicative language teaching. And as a result, many more people in Europe speak foreign languages. We can see that enrollments at the primary level have built a foundation in which, in Holland, 82% of the kids speak 3 or more foreign languages. It's amazing. And their secondary level language learning is so far beyond the United States, it's It's laughable. Now, we need to improve this because we have to communicate with the rest of the world. And we're at a disadvantage. So it's time to stop. It's time to shift our language teaching paradigm. It's time to make sure that more students are enrolled in foreign languages. And the question is now, how can we do this? So briefly, we need to shift our paradigm to a more contextualized language learning situation, a more humanistic approach with whole language, and not throw out all the traditional techniques, but use them appropriately as we move forward with better language instruction. We need to integrate foreign language construction with the rest of our curriculum. I think in my day, foreign language was just this separate thing. And we can make it interdisciplinary nowadays. We can make it more cooperative. We also need to change the language learning environment to 21st century classrooms. The picture you see up here shows a Dutch-Spanish language classroom where kids, it's an environment for communication, not for sitting in rows hearing a teacher speak. Additionally, we need to wrap in technology. This is America's ticket to authentic foreign language in real time for students. We have to use it. We have to connect with classrooms overseas. And wann wir diese anderen machen, dann können wir beide geradeaus scheißen und schießen. Vielen Dank. Auf Wiedersehen.